We are reacting to your guys' comments. Our YouTube comment section has become insane. This used to be a place of loving, friendly Mets fans, and because the Mets have played such horrible, terrible baseball, there is vitriol being spewed daily in our comment section. And we're also to blame for it. I mean, I come on here and I'm super negative. So I get it. We're going to react to your guys' comments. Before we do get going into this, make sure you are subscribed to Mets'd if you're enjoying the content. And if you are listening to us podcast-wise, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, drop us a rating, drop us a review, download, and subscribe. James, I got like 21 comments that I screenshot. How many did you grab?
I got like 10. We agreed on 10.
I know. I got carried away. I like seeing the hate in the comment section because I don't read them as much as I used to just because I'm trying not to be inundated with the negativity of the Mets world. We kind of record and I flush it away, like you say, but there's some good stuff out there.
Some good stuff, some bad stuff, some ugly stuff, some funny stuff. And I hope that between the two of us, one, that we got like a grab of all of it. I tried to get a little bit of each of those. And I do wonder, I kind of hope if we ever could have found one of the same comments. That would make me so happy.
I've got a good feeling. I downloaded 21. I think I gave us a good shot.
I don't know, man. We get like, hundreds every single episode at this point.
That's fair. All right, I'm going to let you... Actually, I'm going to start first.
You go first. You have so many more than me.
I got 21. All right, this one comes from Reggie Love 5442.
Stop.
Is this the good, genuine question, boys? Do we start off with one that we got?
Literally, that's the first one I have.
Nice. All right. Well, we're off to a hot start. From Reggie Love 5442. Genuine question, boys. Y'all mentioned y'all dislike for Peterson's body language and moping around and whatnot when the game didn't go his way. I heard y'all also say the same about Vientos in the past, whether it's him slamming his bat or being upset at whatever when the Mets losing or he's having a bad game. I mostly see in these Mets spaces how fans hate to see players like Lindor smiling when the team is losing or Soto laughing it up with the opposing team when the Mets are down. Seeing that there's no universal way to lose, how do you feel about fans who can't stand to see positive approach when the team is losing? Good show as always.
I think that's a really fair question because I think that you and I do this, and I think every fan does this, get critical of both sides.
Yes.
I do think that there is just something you can kind of sense and feel among both of those things, though, where especially, and Lindor talks about this, and we talk about giving him credit, where he is basically the same all of the time, and I think that's the key in the situation. Soto isn't that way, but like he seems more obviously frustrated when things are obviously frustrating, but I think he's now trying to take more of that same all the time mentality. Where on the flip side of that, guys like Peterson and Vientos, it's completely tied into what happened in the last 10 minutes of their game. And that's kind of where you start to lose me personally.
Yeah, the difference to me is, again, there is a feel for it. Also, Juan Soto and Lindor, in my eyes, can basically do whatever they want because they're elite baseball players. When you're a good baseball player, you get the leeway to get away with some of those things that other players can't. Also, at the same time, in Peterson and Vientos' standpoint, it feels very selfish. It is because they're making it their own thing now. Not like necessarily about the team, not necessarily about the situation. It does feel like most of the time, like Peterson's mopey because he is a mope, and he's doing his bullshit Steven Matz, like, oh, I'm so sad, I'm a big lefty, like, I can't do it thing. Mark Vientos is moping because the girl who's sitting behind the dugout seeing him go 0 for 4, getting hit by a pitch on a strikeout, and he looks like an idiot. Like, I don't get the same mopiness and sadness from those guys of wanting to win rather than they're upset with their own personal outcome.
Yeah, and again, that's fair. But when you say, like, you don't care if you're an elite baseball player, is that blanket for you? Because I think there's definitely a limit to that. Like,
there's a limit, but like
Jazz Chisholm with the Yankees, like, not knowing the rules and doing, like, some of the most boneheaded shit ever. Pico Armstrong letting the ball roll under his glove. Like, that's things that would also irritate me. But it's slightly different than this.
I mean, they also aren't as good as the two guys we just mentioned.
No, of course not. A few people are. But, I mean, you're still not that far away in the echelon of baseball.
Yes and no. Also, like...
so a little more so.
Again, and like you said, Lindor is the same all the time. Soto relatively is pretty even keel. So, like, when we see something different, that's when we take notice. The differences from Vientos and Peterson, like, the different is them being mopes.
And I think in fairness, we have to do this because we definitely play favorites with this Mets team.
1,000,000%.
Alvarez does this as well. We just
all the time.
We just don't rip him as much for it. He, I think, is another guy who, if he ever was on the field enough and played good, consistent enough baseball, he has actual leadership qualities. But I think part of being a leader in a sport like baseball, any sport really, but I think baseball mostly because of how much failure there is, you just have to try to be as consistent as possible with your emotions and reactions.
It's an immaturity. That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah, no, definitely. I got a funny one to start us off here.
Okay, hit me with it.
Alfredo Sosa, 4487.
Alfredo Sosa. I'm trying to see if I have him on there. That's not a name that looks familiar to me, but let's rip it.
again, not a mean one. This is a nice one. It's a funny one. This one's about me, so I wanted to say it.
Okay.
No shade, but if you throw a jersey and some eye black on James, he would look exactly like Bo Bichette. I don't think that's true at all.
I don't think that's true at all.
I didn't see that one even a little bit, but I saw it. I was like, what?
I mean, like, I guess you guys like have like friendly faces, maybe, but like, I don't think that you look like Bo Bichette at all.
I mean, like,
Bo Bichette's like Brazilian.
Half. I think our literal complexion might be relatively similar, and we both. I guess if either I went like really light beard or Bo went very heavy beard, I could see it being slightly possible. Bo's old hair, definitely not. Bo's new hair, a tiny bit more. But yeah, that was a funny one I wanted to start out with.
No, I like that. That's a good one. Keep it light after just ripping on Vientos and Peterson moment again that I love to do.
Yeah. What do you got next?
All right, this one comes in from Eugene Mao 596. Don't want to keep beating the same drum, but all this crap started the day Mets signed Soto to the worst contract in the history of baseball. Went from a great clubhouse and a great atmosphere while making the NLCS to missing the playoffs, all the toxic vibes, and now this garbage. I've said this before, and I'll say it until proven wrong. If Soto is your best player and leader, you'll never win a championship. I'm going to let you go first because I have a lot to say to that one.
I mean, first up, the last one's wrong.
Yes, correct.
The last point, he's won a championship as the best player. He wasn't the leader because he was a child, but
he was a teenager.
Yeah, he already did win a championship as the best player. And the funny thing is that he shared a clubhouse with someone who now we've 100% confirmed in baseball is one of the biggest clubhouse cancers has been in the last decade, and Anthony Rendon, which is funny. And number two is like, I understand partially. I understand the reasoning of how you can get to the line of logic like that, especially going from the high of the Mets in 2024 to what happened last year and what's going on right now. And I think that a lot of Mets fans are still struggling with that because, like, in your mind, like, that should be the beginning of new age. Like, you came together, it was the power of friendship, it was the greatest season of all time, but just I think fans still struggle with trying to replicate that mentally. I think there was an argument I saw today on Twitter of two people. It was like, I want this to be like 2024 again. Like, no, we should want this to be like 2006 again. It's like both of those seasons ended in horrible fashion. It's just like there's I don't know. It's still, I think, hard for people to come off that high of that year because you're never getting a season like that probably the rest of our lives.
Yeah, I know I said this a lot towards the end of the season in 2024, and I caught some flack for it, where I was like, deservedly, but also like at the same time, I think it's exactly what I was worried about, and this comment's kind of part of it, where it's like 2024 in the moment was fun. What a great memory we had. But like you mentioned, they still came up short by 2 rounds. Like, they didn't even lose in the World Series. They lost in the NLCS, and they had no chance in the NLCS. So, like, as fun as it was to get there, and the OMG, and Grimace, and all the nonsense, and Seymour Wiener, and everything that was going on, like, there's fun Mets memories, but I so want this team to win. I don't care about the journey to get there. I just want to be the best team, win baseball games. And I don't think that adding one of the 5 best players offensively on the planet makes your team worse. Like, that to me,
who could be 4 guys better than him on the planet?
Judge, Ohtani, Yordan, maybe Bobby Witt Jr.
Offensively, I don't include. No way. Bobby Witt Jr. is not even close to better him offensively.
He's got like a 150 WRC plus this year.
No, it's down a little bit.
He's down. He's been cold again.
A little cold again, yeah.
Okay, then 3rd, or he's 4th.
I think 4th's the floor, and I would probably argue with you for 2nd. But go on.
Yeah, but regardless, like, I don't think adding Juan Soto makes your team worse. I also think, honestly, feels insane to say that the clubhouse became a problem when Juan Soto came in, because now the clubhouse is completely different from the one that was there last year. So there's a new clubhouse here. The clubhouse last year doesn't seem like the problem was Juan Soto at all. Again, we've seen him interact with Francisco Lindor. It doesn't seem like there's a problem. When you talk to people that have actually been in the clubhouse, been in the dugout, no problems have ever been spoken about. Nobody's ever said anything. It's all been speculative stuff. I thought we were past this.
I did as well, but I think another part of this, and this is not giving this comment like all the credit in the world, but this is, I think, grabbing a shed of truth from it, and it being that, of course, bringing in a $760 million player will change the complexion of a clubhouse, especially when a lot of the guys in that clubhouse last year, most of the guys in that clubhouse last year, were there for a long time. It was a very established clubhouse. There was a very established mood and feeling. Whether or not you thought that mood or feeling was good or bad, now what we think of that in retrospect, it definitely did change the chemistry. There's no way it couldn't have. And it probably was a weird fit at first, especially for Soto. We saw him struggle for 2 months last year, which is kind of easy to forget.
Which is funny. His struggle was like 820 OPS.
and how his stats ended up is like 2nd. It officially got 2nd in the MVP, right?
Yeah, 2nd.
Yeah, so again, it's funny, or maybe 3rd behind Schwarber. I don't remember, but again, it's that there's definitely elements of truth in that. But I don't think you can be like, this is the absolute truth. This is the guy who's really good at baseball. Also ruined the feeling internally.
Shouldn't sign any good players. They could ruin the clubhouse chemistry.
Definitely, but it's also something like a lot of it, you know.
I don't know. I think it gets completely overplayed. They're adult men. If you have a problem with a guy coming in who's better than you getting paid more money, get the fuck off the team.
No, for sure. But also,
and maybe that's why they're not on the team.
That could be why they're not on the team. It's possible. But hit another one now because you have so many more.
Sure. Okay. I had a bunch about Antoine Richardson, and I do want to talk about it briefly because I think it's an idiot fucking conversation that we have. All the people putting this insane weight on the Mets not bringing back Antoine Richardson, and one of the reasons why they've struggled this year. The Mets have more stolen bases than the Braves. So, like, I don't necessarily think Antoine Richardson had, like, the secret sauce as much as we thought he did. Last year, he was incredible. I loved what he did. The Mets also offered to double his entire salary. He would have been making $300,000, I believe, as a base coach, which would have put him in the upper echelon of pay for base coaches in Major League Baseball. The Mets gave him a fair offer. He didn't come back. The whole, like, reminiscing of Richardson, Jeremy Hefner, all these guys, it's just, like, I hate the nostalgia shit so much.
Again, but the nostalgia shit, sure. We also have now created what seems like relative dysfunction among our coaches.
It's getting hot out there, people. Let's talk Mack Weldon. Fashion show, real quick. AJ's got the Pima crew neck t-shirt. Froth heather is the color.
Frost heather. It's got little pieces of gray heather in there. It's nice. It's soft. It fits really well. It's great for summer down here in Florida, and I got a couple linen shirts and linen pants that are going to look nice when I go to Europe here in a couple weeks.
Ooh, very nice. Yeah, it's very smooth, very thin. I'm wearing the 18-hour jersey short in heather gray. I'll leave that down here for you. And the Pima short sleeve Henley, the color on mine is Desert Spring. But it really resonates. It fits and kind of matches with everything in the wardrobe too. It's the classic look. They know what they're doing here. So check it out. We've got the code for you too. Get moving with Mack Weldon. Comfortable anywhere. Go to MackWeldon.com. Get 20% off your first order of $125 or more with promo code FOUL. That's MackWeldon.com. Code FOUL.
Oh, that's David Stearns' fault. That's by him leaving a lame duck manager in.
Yeah.
He has caused this dysfunction. I wish we had a completely new staff rather than filling in literally everybody else except for one guy who is the manager.
And then also probably, I don't know. Again, this all remains to be seen, but adding extra coaches who were taking the pensions that we all have limited numbers to give out. So we couldn't give one to Antoine Richardson, which reportedly, per Mike Puma, was the reason he went with the Braves over us, despite us giving a lot more money.
But, like, at the same time, too, with or without Antoine Richardson, this team is still going to stink.
Yeah, no, 100%. He wouldn't have made, like, this massive, tremendous difference.
No. So, like, bringing it up, it's like, oh, my God, guys, please stop. He was a base coach. If that was the secret ingredient for the Mets being a team that almost made the playoffs, by the way, didn't make it last year, we're fucked.
All right. I'm going to do another fun one now. Not much discussion, but this was a really good comment. Michelangelo, 26, M3M. It was after when we had the fun series last week against the Tigers. We thought things were turning around. Stupid us. He just said, Waskar brass o balls.
All right, nice.
Yeah, Waskar
brass o balls. I like it.
He's got brass balls. It's true. But Waskar brass balls has been one of the few real, true shining lights of this team this year.
What a dog! I can't believe how good he's been.
How good he's been, and also like we've talked a little bit off air recently just about like how shocking it is that nothing has worked.
Yes.
None of the buttons that David Stearns has pushed has worked, and it's kind of like, wow, really nothing has worked. That one worked really well,
except Waskar Brasso.
That's like but him and Clay Holmes are like the absolute shining star moves of like dumpster dive Stearns.
I like that we're going such different directions now with the comments. I'm going like I want to yell at the old people in our comment section right now.
I just want to see stupid shit.
This one comes from William Eli 7038. I still find it crazy that we're worried about pitchers hitting 150 innings when generations ago 180 innings and over was the norm. My God, I hate what analytics has done to the game. 13 likes.
I mean, analytics are very in the baseball lexicon right now because of a very viral video about the Rays, like kind of finding a new edge on analytics, where I think, again, elements of truth in the fact that there probably are new market inefficiencies because of the way that the market for players has changed dramatically over the last, not even 10, like not even 5, maybe even like 3-4 years.
Yes.
But I do think that people being like, oh, the Rays are bringing back small ball because now it works better. They're taking advantage of teams' poor defense by making more contact and bunting. No, I think they're aware with their own team how much their players suck, and they're bunting them because they know, functionally speaking, they can't hit as much. There was
truthfully, if there's anything truly analytical going on with the Tampa Bay Rays right now, it's on the pitching side, and I bet you they won't have a single guy throw 150 innings this year.
Oh, well,
maybe Nick Martinez.
No, Nick Martinez, he's going to turn into a pumpkin soon. I bet you Rasmussen and McClanahan get like right up to 150.
But like, talk about analytics. That the Rays are getting the most out of their pitching because they're doing it smart.
What the Rays might have been able to do, which I could see the Rays pulling off, is they might have been able to successfully model singles, which is something that gets talked about analytically, that the reason that Major League Baseball kind of pushed away from the concept of getting a base hit or a single is because as the game got more mathematic, that was something that, one, it was very hard to, again, model out a single, because singles are kind of luck-based because...
Wait, are you telling me that guys who hit singles, it's hard to predict what their outcomes could be? I wonder if the Mets signed any of those guys.
And again, with the OPSing of baseball, it's like you know how many more singles you need to produce a run than if you get yourself to second base initially. There's a great post by Brent Homer, who I've shouted out in this podcast a while ago. He does good college baseball data stuff. He basically said that he modeled finding batted balls that are hit between 0 and 20-degree launch angle, like between like 70 and 90 miles per hour. So not a hard hit ball and not an optimal launch angle. The batting average stays plus projection wise, and it's very, very consistent between the exit velocities of 60 and 110 if you hit a batted ball at that launch angle. So like
that is every between 60 and 110 is how hard you hit every baseball.
That's the same, but from 0 to 20 degrees launch angle.
Okay.
So putting the ball on the ground more so, not lifting the ball. Line drives, ground balls.
Isn't that's always been the case though, right? And I guess that's what he's saying is that ground
More or
balls
less.
technically give you a higher average, but it does not help you score more runs technically.
Basically, if you just go, here's your exit velocities, here are your launch angles, you can find avenues where you have very, very advantageous batted balls.
Unless you're the Mets.
And again, that's another funny part about this Rays thing. It's like the Mets did lean in hardcore to contact and defense this offseason. It's just
Dude,
didn't work.
I thought about replying to that right now where I was going to be like, man, it's crazy. The Rays are hitting the ball on the ground and getting hits. I wonder if there's any other offenses who are hitting the ball on the ground just as much and not scoring runs.
Maybe the Mets are just hitting it too hard. Or maybe the Mets are hitting too much in the air. We talked about how high the Mets barrel rate is. Maybe we should try barrel less. Maybe we should be going more for these like 8-degree batted balls that are 77 miles per hour off the bat.
Want a team of Chandler Simpsons.
But again, like it is funny how this conversation has come up with the Rays now again, because I think people, we said this on the wind-up earlier, like to be like, oh yeah, the Rays are figuring out baseball. I think the Rays are kind of backed into this one. Have had a really, really good 8 weeks.
Correct. And I think their day of reckoning is coming.
Yeah, most likely.
All right. Give me another one, James.
This is Siren Go, so you give me one.
All right. This one's more fun. Again, more reminiscing. Almost like getting rid of all the productive hitters and keeping all the shit ones wasn't a good idea. Who could have known? And then parentheses, everyone. I do like the sassiness in that.
I saw that one. I let that one go, but that was a good pull.
At Clipboard, by the way. Great name.
Clipboard is a good name. All right, I got another one here. This is one that we just get very consistently, and it's just like, I can't even believe that people would comment this, but I understand why. But also, I'm like, are you guys serious? Meme Savior 42069.
Nice. 42069.
Stop the ads.
Yeah, can't do anything about that, guys.
I'll say, like, I love doing this podcast. I think Mark likes doing this podcast still. Like, we've been doing this for a long time. We've grown this to a place that I probably couldn't have ever imagined at the beginning that it would become like, one, all the places that we went at the beginning of it. Two, the doors has helped open for me and my own like building up in this career. And then three, like even where it is right now. But like, I still don't love it enough to do this for free.
Unfortunately.
I got to put food on the table. Like, I love listening to shows that don't have ads, but like, I also understand you can just like 15 second, 15 second, 15 second. I'll just see you at the end of it.
Yeah, like we're not telling you that you necessarily have to listen through the entire thing, but I
Gotta
think
be
you
in
guys.
there.
I hope you guys can appreciate the fact that as 30-year-old adult men, me and James do have bills to pay, so we can't just talk for hours every week just because we like to talk to each other.
And again, we were able to do that when we were like 25.
Yeah, because
Way less responsibilities then.
Rent was way cheaper, a lot fewer things to pay for.
Way less things I had to worry about that time. But again, like with the growing up of this podcast, things had to change. And I for one, am very grateful that even companies want to put ads in this podcast.
Me too. Love to
Greatest
see
thing
it,
in the world.
We did a lot of time without any ads.
So much time. But yeah, that was a fun one.
Kevin K 2020. I'm 45 years old, and this is the most disgusted I've ever been watching a Mets team. I struggle even getting excited to watch the young stars. I guess the late 2000s, early 2010s blocked out of the head. That talk about truly disgusting baseball. Omar Quintanilla playing shortstop every day. Like, oh my God.
Again, that was Rob Barajas' time.
Although we are getting close to it. It's just we have Juan Soto.
But and Francisco Lindor. But
Yeah.
again, they're not on the field together. Like remember all those years of Mike Pelfrey?
So much Mike Pelfrey. You know, my first ever YouTube video I made on a channel that if anyone ever finds, that'd be so crazy. I made a video gassing up Mike Pelfrey, Mets first round pick.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I was wrong.
I mean, there was Wichita State, right?
Yeah, Wichita State. Shockers. Landry
Yeah,
Shamet.
right? Landry Shamet. Ooh, shockers. Oh, I got one about the Knicks.
Nice.
Okay. This is a dude who comments really angrily a lot. I don't read that many comments anymore
What's the
either.
name?
Joe, J1F.
Okay.
But he's, again, it's consistency. So you those things stick out.
The cap.
This is a funny one. He tagged the timestamp, 37:59, when we were talking about sacrificing the Mets for the Knicks. And this was 2 weeks ago, bear in mind as I read the comments. So I think this was probably as we were beating the Hawks. Maybe right after we beat the Hawks, or just got hot against them. No, fuck the Knicks, and the Mets are not going to win 50 games so the Knicks can win a championship. Just because you said that, you're supposed to be real Mets fans. The Pistons are going to kick the Knicks' ass now.
Oh, how'd that go, Detroit Pistons?
Detroit, I mean, honestly, don't know. Didn't lose to the Knicks.
Guess we'll never find out.
We'll never know what the 2025 Pistons ever would have done against the Knicks in the playoffs. Sadly.
2026.
2025, 2026. I don't know which year the NBA starts with because of the crossover. Because I've heard people saying that the Knicks last reached the finals in 99 and 2000 because the season started in 99 and the finals were in 2000.
Oh, I hate that. I actually haven't thought about that at all.
I know. I never know. I'm happy baseball is very well contained in one calendar year, so we never even have to think about that.
Let's see. This one's from Jonathan. Well, this was another Antoine Richardson, Jeremy Hefner one. We can move on past that.
Okay.
I started getting excited and seeing ones that I was like, ooh, like reminiscing of the past. Okay, this is a good one. I kind of like this. From James _ Library. James, it's a good take from this James guy here.
Burner.
He said, in fairness to Mets fans, the Mets made a ton of moves this offseason that looked solid on paper, topping it off by trading for Freddie Peralta. There was a lot to be excited about at the beginning of the year. It's just wild to see how they've become the opposite of the Dodgers, where the Mets throw around as much money as they do, but the team never gets together.
Yeah. I mean, that's sure.
I mean, like,
I don't disagree.
yeah, I guess shame on us for being excited about the moves they made this offseason, like everyone else in the baseball world. Again, like we talked about it off air more, but talk about it here. Like, I think all the baseball people, again, take away fans and all that kind of stuff, the people inside the baseball world, I do think are pretty shocked at how poorly the Mets are playing. And the fact that basically it's nothing worth it. Like, the projection systems love the Mets too. I don't really know how we can argue with those.
I think that's one of the things that I think pissed me off the most about this Mets season is that there were lots of people, again, we were patient zero for this.
Yes.
Excited about the offseason. That's one of that shame on us because we've both notoriously been not Bo Bichette guys for a long time.
know.
And then once he came, we were like, I guess we can see it. So again, that was an annoying one. But a lot of these reporters were also in on this Mets roster. All of a sudden, the deficiencies became clear after 20 games. And it's just like, that is the part that I wish people would just be like, oh, I actually did think it was good. Now I'm realizing it's bad. Not people being like, this was a flawed roster from the start. How could we have ever thought?
I actually went back and saw our Bo Bichette video because I pulled some comments from there. Some people were getting on us for not being as excited about Bo Bichette. I think we were a little more, even keel when we signed him going,
This episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Baseball fans, the MLB season is in full swing, and FanDuel is giving you a chance to call your shot with daily dingers. Joining the action is easy. Just make your free pick on who's hitting a home run in their game, and if you're right, you'll get a profit boost to use on your next bet for a chance at extra winnings. It's just another reason why FanDuel is the home of home runs. So, are you ready to play your game? Head over to FanDuel.com/podcast to get started. That's FanDuel.com/podcast to opt in for daily dingers. Make your free pick on who's hitting a homer. Play ball. Swing for the fences on FanDuel, an official partner of Major League Baseball. No purchase necessary. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-GAMBLER.
I also sadly was a little more even-keeled about the Devin Williams.
yeah.
There were slightly other reasons for that in the moment that I don't have to share right now, but that was one where I was like, I kind of like it. And also in that moment, I was like, I think this guarantees we don't get Edwin Diaz back. That didn't actually guarantee it, but maybe it actually did have a reason for why it happened. So there are pieces of all this, but like maybe we should just, I don't know. Maybe we just gotta stick to our guns a little more often.
I think we probably do. We're pretty, oh, it's going to sound so douchey. When we do just say it with our chest, I feel like we're right more than often.
We're not. We are sometimes, but really we're not. But I do like that at least we say things with our chest, and then we also put our hands up, like right now when we were dead wrong about a lot of these moves.
Couldn't have been more wrong about the Mets. One thing that I think we were not wrong about, though, is that Stearns not signing Pete Alonso was the worst crime in Mets history, 23 legs.
Yeah.
This comment came 2 weeks ago. Pete, I think, was below 100 OPS 2 weeks ago.
I have a funny comment.
Okay, hit me.
This is from 3 years ago. I had
3 years ago.
I had to go very far to find this comment, just because I wanted to find one comment from this era of the podcast and think it was funny. So this comment actually comes from the New York Mets YouTube channel, where there's still a lot of Mets'd podcasts that exist on that YouTube channel.
Is kind of, oh my God, I didn't even look at that.
And it was an interview we did with Buck Showalter. You remember the interview we did with Buck?
Oh my God.
So
can we say some of the stuff that got cut?
100%. Just backstory for you guys. Again, when we worked for the Mets, sometimes we got really good access. Sometimes we had to really scratch and claw our way. And this was a spring training where we weren't getting much access, but we kind of got backdoor bailed out because there was an approved podcast interview by a different Mets podcast for Buck Showalter at spring training. So then suddenly the people who we were working with kind of were like, "Hey, you guys ready to do a Buck Showalter interview?" Like in I think it was like 3 hours or something.
Oh yeah, I think
we
woke up to text I think at like 7 a.m. and they were like, "You're talking to Buck Showalter today," and by like 10 a.m. we had to be ready to roll.
Which is great because we're down for that always. But it was just funny to do that. Then we did this interview with Buck, and he was so unbelievably candid with us to the point where in post production we had to cut like half of the things he said.
He said some crazy shit.
He said that. Basically, I think something that we left in is that he called prospects. They don't really mean anything to
prospects are suspects.
Prospects are suspects. But then he also said one about like the team being ready for anything. And he said, for example, like, what if Lindor breaks his leg?
Yeah. Little did they know, Edwin Diaz was basically going to blow out his entire leg.
And I think that was like maybe a week or two after that he blew out the leg.
Yeah, it was right as spring training was started, right before the WBC. They had to cut that out. He was talking about like Jeff McNeil as a hitter and how like he's not really sure if Jeff's going to be any good. And it was like
without
what?
the shift.
Yeah, without the shift. I was like, what the hell is happening here?
Because this was the year we were losing the shift. But the comment I say from that was a good one. It's just it's from Eric E95. This whole podcast and channel is an absolute treat for Mets fans. Keep it up, guys.
Well, thanks, Eric.
Thanks, Eric. A good shout from Eric.
Can I zoom this one in? Ooh, okay. This comes from KMets45. The scariest thing about all of this is the fact that this all happens after completely reconstructing the team. So I feel like it's very likely we have an extremely similar year for the next 1 to 2 years. I think that's a real fear that Mets fans are warranted to have because this team taking such a massive step back this year, especially with the weird offseason that's coming after all the new MLB labor negotiation stuff that came out today. 2027's looking a little bit sketchy too right now for the Mets.
I think there was a few things that happened today that actually make me so unbelievably confident that we're not missing a game.
Whoa. Well, okay. Maybe tell the people real quick because I'm interested to see if it's similar to what I think your reasoning might be.
So I think the biggest one, and our guys of Foul Territory talked about this, where the revenue sharing was so unbelievably starkly different from what it is now, with being one, a 50-50 revenue split with the players, but two, just saying that we're going to share every single dollar of local money with every single team. I just think at some point the owners are going to fracture on that. Like, there's no way Steve Cohen, Hal Steinbrenner, the Ricketts, John Henry, and the Guggenheim Group are like, yes, I'm going to make sure that the Pirates, the Marlins, the Nationals can double their payrolls because of the money I'm handing them. There's at the end of the day, these billionaires, there's absolutely no way they stick with that the whole way through. There's no chance.
You will be funding the teams in your division to spend more money to make it more competitive. That makes no sense. And also, I do think that there's this weird backdooring that Major League Baseball has done by coming out with this $170 million cap floor. So you're saying all these teams can spend $170 million, whereas it's been.
But again, they're saying, and people were talking about this in my comments on Twitter, about the fact that, this is because the revenue sharing, idiot. Like, didn't you see that? And I was like, again, so you're saying that there's 30 billionaires right now, some of the most shrewd people that exist in this country, especially the top half of them.
To own a professional sports team.
Professional baseball, there's 30 of these. Some of these have been around for 100 years, 120 years. You think that they're going to give up dozens of millions of dollars, some of them up to like $80 million? The Dodgers?
Yeah.
They make what? I think it's $500 million. I don't want to say anything out there. I got to do more research on that. But you think they're going to give their money to teams who they're competing against and let those teams actually start to build themselves better teams?
Yeah,
There's no fucking way that actually is something that sticks. And again, this one, you just showed like the fact that these teams can't spend more money, but you're also going to give it to them. So in one shot right there, the owners I think showed their hand, and there's just too much at stake for the next media deal. That's 2028. It's just too much at stake for these guys.
The numbers are ridiculously good in baseball right now.
That's been a long time.
It would be so stupid of the owners to. The problem is that 8 of them can stop everything.
Yeah, and again, but also on the other side, like if 4 of them are like, fuck this.
Yeah, then that's all we really need.
Yeah, we'll see. I might do a video about this on my channel, because I think these 2 proposals were fun. Maybe try for Tuesday, shoot for that.
I like that. All right, should I read another one here?
Yeah.
Oh shit, where'd it go? I just lost it. Hold on. You go.
Okay. This is a good one. It's kind of aligns with some of the things that you've been talking about, but this is from Angelo Lagruda 4679. It was the episode again 9 days ago when we thought things were good again.
Yeah.
I went for a few of those for that one because I thought that'd be funny right now. The cancer Lindor is not in the lineup and everyone else is smiling. Mr. Smiles sucks the energy out of everyone. He wants all the attention. Can't wait. This is the best part. Can't wait to trade him for Bobby Witt.
I mean, fuck yeah, I'll drive him to Kansas City. I'll do it right now.
That was the M. Night Shyamalan ending.
Whoa, what a twist. I didn't see Bobby Witt Jr. coming to the Mets in that comment.
No, I don't see him coming to the Mets at all, ever, in general.
I'll tell you that. The Mets would make that trade in a heartbeat if that trade is on the table. So I hope Angelo knows something that we don't, because I'd love to bring Bobby Witt Jr. I will unfortunately say smell you later to Francisco Lindor in that world that doesn't exist. But yeah, of course, Francisco Lindor is the cancer. Don't look at his numbers and his production over the last 4 seasons as a New York Met.
And don't look at the Mets offense in the month without him.
No, they definitely score tons of runs without him, right?
Yeah, there's no way this would be this. It would be this bad with him.
This one comes from Skla Fantasy. It's insane they won't fire the manager to try to save the season. It doesn't matter if he's not mostly to blame. The vibes have to change, but apparently Stearns doesn't believe in that. And I mean, we've said it multiple times. Again, beat a dead horse. Like, what do they have to lose?
No, for sure. But I do think that, and you start to hear the rumblings of this comes up in certain conversations, that the Mets, possibly rightfully so, I know we talk and disagree about this a lot, probably are worried about their reputation in the league for running a bit of a haphazardous organization.
Yeah.
And I think they had moments of shine where they were like, oh, no more Wilpons. This will not be a haphazardous chaos organization anymore. And they've proven over the last 5 years, this is still a chaotic organization. So now it's like, you're going to keep firing. And we saw a little bit of it this offseason, the inklings of it, and we saw it during all of the times we tried to hire a GM that wasn't David Stearns. We don't really get our first choices a lot. It even happened with Mendoza a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, so maybe that there is some true fears from this team. Be like, we have to at least show some stability. And maybe that stability is just literally letting a guy's contract burn out anyway. This season was toast on April 12th.
It is waving the white flag, though, keeping him there. They're saying we also agree it's over.
I mean, maybe they're just shooting for that top 6 pick so it doesn't get Doc 10 spots, too.
Get Rock Chalowski.
Not anymore. Missed that one.
Yeah, I know that. All right, next up we've got Modder 15. Start thinking about the players you want to trade for at the deadline. That's kind of the vibes.
I was going to throw that out to be like our first trade deadline preview today. I thought it was just a little too early.
Little too early, but it's coming. Once that calendar hits June, it's fair game.
Yeah. I have another one here about Mendoza. So something we've talked about a lot. This is one episode that came out yesterday, so prevalent, from Dub RO9TK.
Okay.
If you have $20 million in the bank, do you really give a rip what your lowly manager says to you? Apart from the rooks, everyone in his team has FU money. This is the result. I think there are elements of that are true about why possibly this Mets coaching staff, how it appears, as Ronnie said the other day, is light on these players. And that gets exasperated by having a lame duck manager and having this team of martyrs, as we kind of identified in the offseason.
I do also think, to the Mets' credit here, it would be crazy if they brought in a bunch of guys that wouldn't be willing to hear what coaches have to say. Because
definitely, I don't think they have. I think maybe that could be the result of early poor play this poorly.
Oh, definitely could be. I also think that could say a lot too about the manager at in charge, that there is a lack of respect because X, Y, or Z. I won't claim anything.
Yeah, no, definitely. But I think there's definitely some relevance to that.
J. Jelani 9634 said, "Curse of the Juan Soto, a $200 million player for a $700 million contract." I mean, I don't know how we think he's a $200 million player.
No, I mean, Juan Soto was really, really good. If you think he's slightly overpaid or we had to go a little extreme to get him, that's a fair way to explain this contract. But to say that if he was a free agent again tomorrow, he wouldn't get that different of a contract.
He'd probably get $700 million again.
Maybe 650.
Yeah, maybe teams wouldn't go 7 because it is insane, but also it's not our money. I don't care. Crusher also gave us something similar, that Soto shouldn't be allowed to go without criticism. You can't get a hit when it matters. Why do you keep juggling his balls in your mouth?
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. One of the best players to ever put on the Mets uniform in my lifetime. I fucking like.
Yeah, I mean, I think that people have talked about that recently, that Soto doesn't have a great batting average, runners in scoring position, but it's also kind of like it all looks a lot worse because of how bad the rest of the team is playing.
I'll tell you someone who had a good batting average with runners in scoring position. Bo Bichette last year had a great batting average with runners in scoring position. How'd that turn out? It's a fucking bullshit stat, like we've said.
I'll tell you a guy who has a good batting average, runners in scoring position right now.
Marcus Semien?
Marcus Semien.
Yeah, ooh.
We're not talking about that.
Got to get more Marcus Semiens, less Juan Sotos.
It's not that it's a bullshit stat. It's that it's definitely something that's a skill, but it's also something that can change really quickly. And it's also something that's usually just tied to your own actual batting average.
You've 100%. Also, if there was teams have been walking Juan Soto with runners in scoring position. They have no interest because the guy behind him fucking stinks.
Wait, let's see Juan Soto's walk rate runners.
Oh, it's
position.
like at least in the month of
now.
May, it's like 18%, I think.
I got it coming right now. I'll find this. You throw out another one.
I'll throw out another one. Okay, so this one came on the Bo Bichette signing video, which is so messed up. Again, me and you being like a little bit lukewarm on the signing. What is it?
26%.
They don't want to throw him a strike.
It's the 8th highest in the league. And
his on-base percentage is like 400, I think, with runners in scoring position.
It is, yeah. It's 405, despite having a 190 batting average.
Yeah. So, he isn't getting hits, but I can tell you right now, they're not throwing him pitches to hit.
038 ISO. So I think that probably means he has one extra base hit with a runner scoring position.
Pretty much, yeah.
But also the list of highest walk rate runners in scoring position. Yordan Alvarez, Mike Trout was 179 batting average runner scoring position. Jacob Marcy. That's
crazy.
This is Polar Bear in Arlington, Texas. Nick Kurtz, James Wood, Aaron Judge, Taylor Ward, and then Juan Soto. And
Those
then
are some of the best hitters in baseball.
Leo Rivas, and then Daryl Hernandez. That's the top.
Shout out.
And then Joey Ortiz. That's the top 11 in walk rate with runners in scoring position.
This one came from Angel Rodriguez Frito-Lay. Talking about Bo Bichette, he said he's 27 and hits 300. Let it go. Enjoy the player. Oops.
I mean, but again, that's not.
I know.
Yeah. Bo Bichette also right now, he's doing the Ben Rice, where he has the biggest difference in all of baseball between his WOBA and his expected WOBA.
I know there were some comments today about his expecting batting average being like 280. He should be hitting 280. I'm like, that's not how this stat works, but I understand what you're saying. He's getting unlucky, but we've also watched him take basically every at-bat. They're bad at-bats. They're bad plate appearances.
He probably should be hitting, truthfully, 255.
Yeah,
and that would do wonders for this team.
It would, because he comes up with runners in scoring position every fucking at-bat. Also, another one with Bo from a really big spoon. How do you not love that contract for Bo?
Yeah, I know why. I've really started to have these thoughts seep into my mind of I kind of wish for the game theory of it all, we just stuck the Phillies with 7 years of Bo.
Oh, God. But you know what?
But also, honestly,
he would have been incredible there.
And also, I bet you Bo Bichette's probably okay next year. And you know what else? He's been actually fine defensively. He's tracking with the good defense to how he was hit for his average in his career.
Oh, if he hits league
to have been
average.
a 5-win player.
I was going to say, if he hits league average for the rest of the season, he's probably a 3-win player, weirdly.
The rest of this season. But again, based on his career averages with this year's defense, he's a 5-win player, which on the very rudimentary equation of $8 million per WAR, the contract's a hit.
It's pretty close.
Which might have been
if he hit.
if he was hitting up to his own personal standards. I got a good one. James Buckley, 8917.
Good name. I've seen a lot of James Buckley. He's got some hate for us.
He's around. Yeah. He doesn't like us. But this one was funny. So maybe a month ago he still didn't hate us. Maybe now the hate's grown. I'm going tonight, I'm assuming to the game. Look for the Stop and Shop paper bag with Fire Mendoza inked on it. P.S. I'm not cutting eye holes in the bag. Can't watch this crap.
Nice.
It's a great one.
That is a good comment. All right, James, you got me. Man, this one. Oh, I'm dying.
You've had cough attacks the last 2 days doing this podcast. What the hell?
Dude, because we've been recording. I feel like I've been recording for 6 hours a day just trying to play catch up for the end of the month.
Yeah, me too.
And my vocal cords are feeling it. This one was talking about that David Stearns thinks that he can't do any wrong, similar to some people who have some power in this country.
Wow.
Crazy.
That's an odd one. I give credit for that one, honestly.
Yeah, no, it was a full paragraph, but it was just that he has no respect for the value of the management on his team and David Stearns' vision. He doesn't want anyone else to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Possibly, maybe.
Sure.
I guess there is some weirdness to the structure of the front office that 2 of the AGMs were here before he got here.
Yes, but didn't
he
he go to
brought-
school with Zausmer? Aren't
I
they
think
Harvard guys?
I think they are both Harvard guys. They actually also might be the same age. Didn't Sam tell us they were both at his fiance's?
I think
reunion?
he met Zausmer and saw Stearns on the Harvard campus.
So it means that they were probably, because Harvard is one of those colleges that acts like a high school where like they
Yes.
have reunions and stuff. So maybe they all did go to school together.
They might have. I don't know.
They might have. There was still a great. This is funny now too, looking back. 'Cause it was before Pablo Torre's podcast like super went off.
See his Harambe video today?
No, I didn't. I'm
It's
excited.
vile.
He makes sensational content.
Oh, so good.
He won a Pulitzer Prize for a fucking podcast. Imagine telling someone who like won a Pulitzer Prize for like a novel or like a scholarly journal back in the day. But they went also to Harvard together.
Oh, really?
Yes, and he was one of Pablo's first guests when he started the podcast.
Oh, you've told me this. Yes.
And he gave a really introspective interview about what it meant to him to be the Mets general manager and like where he went as like basically how he got into baseball. I think he said his first job ever for a club was literally like one of those like baseball ops interns for the Cyclones.
I remember. Yeah.
And we've talked to Keith Rad about like when you work for minor league teams. I think we were talking about this, talked to Wayne about this too, where like you just do everything. I think it was Keith the one who was announcing games for like the Frisco Rough Riders.
Yeah.
And he said they yelled, there was a rain delay and they called him down to help pull the tarp.
Pull the tarp is crazy.
And Stearns said that like he used to be hosing down the bathroom after games at fucking Maimonides Park. Like there's conceivably a game where like young Marco James could have been like at the time Keyspan Park in Coney Island, and then David Stearns,
Just walked in, sprayed the hose.
Yeah, washed the piss down the drain at the end of it.
This one comes from Tom F. It almost feels like sabotage. Stearns letting pure homegrown leader and face of the team, power monster Alonso go when he could have signed him for peanuts on a 5-year contract in 2024. Dumb as heck Stearns. You want to comment on it that he could have signed him for peanuts?
No, it's the 5-year deal. How many times do we have to rehash this? Like, and again, Alonso has really heated up lately. Like he's going to wind up having like a very normal Pete Alonso, like 35 home run season.
Don't look at the Orioles record though.
No, I'm going to say he probably gets like an 820 OPS. Like now, the OAA is still good, but I think it probably trends down. He's still hitting the ball really hard. The bat speed's back up. I felt like he just had to kind of get himself back and ready. But still, if the rest of the league didn't see Pete Alonso as a 5-year player and we were included in that and one organization did, I don't know. I still don't really hate the process of not signing Pete. I don't like the result of it right now.
Yeah,
At the same
wish
time,
he was here.
we also learned kind of through that process that our number one choice for whatever this power hitter role would have been was Kyle Schwarber. Like that was pretty confirmed after the fact. We went really hard for Kyle Schwarber. And maybe it was a similar thing to the reports that came out about Edwin and Devin Williams, where it's like Pete was probably at the winter meetings where both those contracts went down. A multi-hour period was like, bro, they want Kyle Schwarber over me. He's from the fucking Phillies, bro.
Yeah, I can totally see it.
Would be really fair if like a homegrown player with the most home runs in franchise history had an intrusive thought like that.
It definitely is. And again, if those comments are true, I could also see Stearns be like, "Fuck you! You don't like me." Like,
what about Pete?
Here? Yeah.
Oh yeah, because now also that we know that Pete Alonso told Stearns to fuck off last year.
Be like, okay, well, I'm not giving you money.
I'll also give you money, but I'm not going to give you like the most. Like I don't know. Like, again, like we'll see what happens by the end of that contract. It's really gotten the Orioles to a very far place this year. That team is on the right track. Clearly, every personnel move they make is lock solid. And same with the Texas Rangers. That team also can do no wrong.
AJ, give me a line on Blue Chew.
Well, do you need help with your love life, Scott?
Perhaps.
Do you want to turbocharge your love life?
Yes.
Well, then you need Blue Chew Gold because it has 4 active ingredients that help you not only turbocharge, but you can supercharge it if you take one of these.
And AJ's talking about that new arousal-boosting formula that combines passion and performance into one tablet that dissolves under your tongue for super fast onset. No more waiting for a pill to kick in. No more moments ruined by performance anxiety. Just the results you want when you want them. Discover your options at BlueChew.com. A special deal is there for the FT fam. Right now, when you buy 2 months of Blue Chew Gold, you get the 3rd for free with promo code FOUL. That's promo code FOUL. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. Thank you to Blue Chew for sponsoring the show. And thank you, AJ, for talking love life. The process is simple and it's all online. Get started today at BlueChew.com and go for gold.
No, they definitely aren't under 500 as well.
No, and Edwin Diaz is just having a sick year for the Dodgers.
Yeah, he definitely isn't involved in an illegal cockfighting ring that he's admitted to openly.
He brought up, but I have one left. And it's a
I have
double
one
comment.
left too.
Okay, nice. This is just double comment. So, as AI gets integrated in all this bullshit, YouTube the studio comments let you search for kind of just like any vague thing you want. So I typed in the word brat. I also typed in profanity.
Nice.
And I got these 2 comments back to back, and these comments were made about a week apart. So the first one was from Leot, Leot. You know why the Mets are losing? They're losing because of number 22 Soto. That's why they're losing,
Nice.
because the rest of the team knows he's a spoiled brat. And then right below it, from BYTOR4, Lindor is playing like a spoiled brat. He got shot down by Steve Cohen when trying to be the captain. Now he's playing like a disgruntled employee.
I sometimes do wonder what people are watching compared to what me and you watch every single night.
I mean, I think it's baseball at the end of the day. It's all the same shit, but like it's just funny. People just, I don't know. When things are going poorly, you gotta blame someone.
Of course, and I mean, you still hear the idiots at the ballpark who will scream like when Soto gets like out. He hits 2 home runs in a game. He hits a ground ball to second base. Like, $700 million for what? I'm like, what do you want him to do? Have you
Those are
watched
great.
baseball?
Those were great early last season.
Still doing it, by the way. My section hates Soto.
That's great. You got crazy section.
Crazy section. All right, my last comment. This one comes from Jay Birdification 9 days ago. He also went back and edited it. He hates me. This guy hates my guts. So I just wanted to read this one out, give him tip of the cap. What has changed is that the players are starting to listen to their manager when he says he would rather they err on the side of aggressive play than tentative play. It's really as simple as that. This is, I think, when the Mets were winning baseball games. So he was he was giving all the credit to Mendoza when they were winning games. And y'all want him fired? I need to hear more people saying they were wrong about that rather than dancing around it in the insufferable way that Mark does. Mark saying, I'll be positive when things are going well is his way of saying, I'm just going to keep basing my opinion on the vibes I feel and objectivity be damned. And don't even get me started on the ridiculous opinions I'm hearing about David Stearns. Don't even. Jay, how's it feel? How's it feel now? The Mets fucking stink again, and Carlos Mendoza just got called out by SNY. So, yeah, my crazy, I can't put my objectivity around. Sorry, I fucking know ball.
I'm glad you held on to that one for the end, the one that was the most personal.
Yeah, I wanted to look 45 minutes in. I know Jay's still listening. Jay, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. But I was fucking right.
Yeah, thank you for everyone for your hateful
Yeah,
comments.
appreciate it.
Because we still won. We appreciate you listening. We could take the hate.
Of course.
Doing this a long time. Hope to be doing it a lot longer. But it's fun to feel the hate. It's fun to make something that makes someone feel something.
It is like an objectively crazy thing that me and you, because now there's so many new people to Mets'd Up. Like for a while, it was like a pretty tight knit like community family of people who listen to Mets'd Up. It's gotten way bigger within the last 6 months. It feels like even for the last year. And now we get comments where I'm like, I don't even think they listened. I think they just clicked and started commenting. Like it is cool that sometimes we don't say things and it makes you feel ways.
Pressure's a privilege. We also have to thank the Mets for just giving us an endless stream of content.
I wish they were better. I wish this team was good, and I wish our views were good because the Mets were playing great baseball, because that does also happen. But at least when the Mets suck, we're getting a lot of views.
No, but again, thank you to everyone for being here for the views, because again, contractually obligated to be here 3 times a week through the end of the regular season.
And that's why you subscribe. Subscribe to Mets'd Up Podcast. 3 videos a week, guaranteed, because we have to. Otherwise, it'd be a lot less because I fucking hate this team. If you're listening to us, Apple Podcast, Spotify, Google, drop us a rating, drop us a review, download, subscribe. You can follow James on social media at
James Shiano.
I'm Draftneck Mark. We'll catch you guys on the next one after the Marlins series. They are going to crush us. So
at least probably lose 2-3 again.
yeah, we'll see. Maybe we'll be wrong. Maybe my objectivity is getting in the way.
Sunday night, NBA Finals preview.
Yeah, can't wait to talk Knicks. We'll see you guys next time.
Peace out, guys. Let's go Knicks.